Hey, hi, howdy, everyone. How goes it? It's Levi, Member Solutions. I'm over here with Chris from Villain Sport. We are live. Chris is going to be leaving in
About an hour.
about an hour. How long will that take you, that errand to do?
I'll be picking Kate up and then going out with her class for pizza, and then back. So I won't be back till like 10:30 my time.
Okay. So this might be a short stream. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here for. I got a video idea that I want to do, but I don't really want to do it live just in case because I have to run some checks with it first. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit here, chat with everyone. Maybe we do a random improv video while we're here. And I'm going to show you guys what that I've been working on once I was able to, because we had a bit of a fire scare yesterday. And then by the time I got to everything, it was pretty late when I got to recording. So I did manage to use this little guy finally. Problem was that it didn't pick up my mic.
Oh.
It didn't register my mic. And I did find out what the problem was, which was the cord. And I figured out a way to use it, but it's annoying. So we'll see how things go. But this is the current camera angle that we're working with, which in this particular scene, since I'm moving.
John, did Loki order a new mask?
Doesn't look bad. But in the other one, I had to modify it a little bit. I might modify it a little bit more. Actually, I don't need it that big. Boom.
No, Stephen, he means a real fire scare. There are wildfires in his area.
Oh, yeah. We had fire that was 20 miles away from us in one direction, which, we have a reservoir between us and the fire, so that was a little bit less of a scare. But we had another one 20 miles in another direction, and where we live, it was like, oh, this is a bit of a problem. If this gets too close, we're going to get a notice, because if you guys don't know, the way it works is you'll get a notice saying, hey, you should get packed and ready for an evacuation. There isn't been one issued yet, but you should be ready. And then you'll get the evacuation notice, and then you'll go and check in, and then you go off wherever you need to go off. Sometimes if things are escalating very, very quickly, you don't really get that beforehand notice. You get the hell out of Dodge notice. I've dealt with enough fires in my life, as well as other natural disasters, that if I know something is a concern, I just get ready in advance. And that's what I did yesterday. And that took a significant chunk of time, because beyond practicing with the kiddos and getting things packed, I also had to water the lawn, which is large, and I have to water it by hand. So, yeah, I have not been watering the lawn specifically because we've been in a massive drought. And for the most part, where I live, I'm not concerned about the grass looking green. Everyone needs a pool and a scuba mask. Just dive in there. So, fun fact, did you know that a forest fire can boil water?
Yeah, as long as they can hold on to the pot, it should be able to. I'm very aware.
Yeah. So, one of the places you probably don't want to be, unless you have zero other choice, is inside of water. If you are surrounded by fire, it is the best option, but you better hope you can get out of there before the water boils. Bigelow kiwi, yeah, actually, in this particular case, it's a mixture of both. One, I will be prepared and ready to leave, and two, I will keep an eye on the updates and how things are going, and then go ahead and leave. Yeah, wood burns at 600 degrees. Yeah, I did training to become the paradiver. They fight fires by parachuting down. I didn't go full on. I did pre-training in order to qualify to go into that. And then even though I passed that training, Scoliosis said, "Fuck you," and again, I'm okay with that. I have made my peace back when I was younger. I didn't want to accept it.
Yep, Warforged, you're correct. Because if you do that, then all of a sudden you're experiencing what people in World War I experienced, and that's chlorine gas.
We're the only during tornado in Appleton. Well, I'm glad people have been safe. Anyways, that's enough talking about the stuff yesterday. That's the reason why my day kind of like got shot. So this is what we've got so far of that Loki Deadpool mask situation that we read the other day.
John, did Loki order a new mask?
I don't think so, Levi. I'm pretty sure that Stanley still has it. Why? What is that?
I assume it's a new mask for a new.
I'm not talking about the one in your hands, Levi. I'm talking about that one on your desk.
That's why I was asking about Loki, because I swear this looks like
Deadpool.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too.
Burn it.
Okay, but what about all the others?
Now I'm still like doing clips and everything. I wish that I had been further in this when you popped on, but like I said, life's been a little bit interesting. I've been trying to play catch up with a slew of things, so I've got to make sure this is the one I want, and then I kind of move from there because I didn't cut my footage down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But what do we do about the others?
I kind of like the first take. That first take was
Okay, but what about all the others?
Yeah, that first take was solid.
Yeah, absolutely. But what do we do about the others? Napa walks in.
So that's Nappa's line at that point. And then we go here. And then you did Napa lines in this same take. And so those are clear at the end right here. How about some good news, Medium? Fenrir is not. I thought he was getting married already. Or is that?
No, he got engaged like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. How are things in the collab front with we got Alec, Fenrir, and Buff Dora? How are those coming along? You muted. Why are you muted? What's going on? Is it me? Is it my internet? I can't hear you. When I say I can't hear you and you continue to speak, can you hear me?
Sorry, I had my microphone on this end muted. No, we are not doing. Buff Dora should be. I should be getting his footage on Friday. If not, it'll be 6 weeks after that because he's getting jaw surgery and his jaw is going to be wired shut. And then Alec hasn't been responding to me the last couple of days, so he confirmed he liked my adjustments to the sketches, but I'm waiting for him to let me know he's good to go to make those. And then Fenrir is not going to be till September the earliest.
Okay, so collabs are kind of like up in the air, pushed to the side. All right. John Wick and Punisher meet, then talk and drink. And again, Irving, as awesome as that is, in our particular style, we either A, have to turn around and pretend to be those characters, or it can be a little bit difficult with our current style because
there's got to be a conflict, and there's got to be stakes. There's got to be not food stakes, but like something has to be at stake. And if John Wick and the Punisher are just meeting and then talking and drinking, there's no stakes.
Now, that's not saying that wouldn't make a great animation. You can find a way to make that idea work as an animation. Because the way you would literally be is they would probably go in, meet at a bar. The bar works more than anything else because they walk into a bar. John Wick's there. Hey, oh my God. Hey, they're talking for a little bit, and walks in one of their enemies. and walks another one. Blah blah blah. Stakes get raised, so on and so forth. Right?
Yep, I'm gonna force myself to watch the new Masters of the Universe movie. I don't want to because of Jared Leto, but I don't have to see him, so I'll power through it because it is trending, and we do need a video made about it.
Again, got to make another Skeletor video.
Yep.
Where is that? Is that on? Where is that? Where's that?
Let me turn my TV back on, and it'll tell me here in a second. I think it's on Prime, or if it's not on Prime, it's on.
Every clip I've seen, I would disagree with that.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
But we haven't seen it yet, so.
Yep.
I'll be totally honest, and I'll be blunt. I didn't give it a chance because Jared Leto's name was attached to it.
I'm not a fan of the voice that he did. He sounded more like Jack Sparrow trying to be Skeletor.
For me, that's like me. I can't eat walnuts. That's like me being told, like, oh man, you got to try this apple pie. There's walnuts in it. I'm like, I'm never tasting that apple pie. And as far as I'm concerned, it sucks. You know, because I don't want to know that I'm missing out on a good pie.
Occurring, it kind of does matter.
I'm getting my mom's got a tornado warning and she's calling me. 1 second.
All right, yeah. It kind of does matter. There needs to be whether we're not political. This is just something that's a belief thing, right? So I'm making sure that's clear. But there needs to be a line, right? And if it doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter to you. But it matters to me, it matters to Chris, and we understand that we need to make content on it at some point, or we have to be okay with going, you know what? Our line is we hate this actor, what he stands for, the things that he's done so much that we're not making content with it. One of the reasons that we stopped doing a lot of Harry Potter stuff was for that same reason, at least during the month.
That, Irving, that is an idea. I don't know that Cortana could hack Ultron.
No.
But let's say that she could. What would happen? Oh, and for everyone, my mom is fine.
That's awesome. You want to know what the stakes would have to be for that one?
Huh?
First, you got to if you didn't ask why, if you got rid of the question why she did it in the first place, and you started the call off with Ultron, and he's got her trapped, and you go, you've got who trapped? And you get explained by what she looks like and everything. Hologram, you have a little bit misunderstanding with the hologram, and then you find out it's Cortana, and then you go, you don't have her trap. You can't say that she actually let it be that way, because realistically he's stronger than that. Lead in with the fact of, like, you didn't let her get a message out, did you? And of course, him being egotistical, of course I did, type of scenario of like, what's this person going to do that they're talking about? And then you go, you fucked up. The fact of the matter is when it comes to Master Chief and the canon things that he's been able to do, the flipping the tank that weighed thousands of tons was like the least impressive thing that he's capable of doing. The man lifted a railgun, spaceship railgun. He's going to literally tear Ultron apart from the inside out to get Cortana back. That man will launch himself through space again. God knows how many times it's been at this point. I think like 3 or 4. To get her.
wasn't no, even if we don't consider the Master Chief, wasn't wasn't in Iron Man in Avengers Age of Ultron, didn't they use Jarvis to
Oh, I'm
beat
thinking different.
Ultron from the inside?
I was thinking of Transformers, different thing. Sorry, Ultron. You mean I don't. I was thinking somebody else entirely. Uh, he couldn't stop him. He paused him. I think it would still be the same concept. It's just a little bit differently.
That was Vision. Vision.
Yeah.
Okay, Vision locked Ultron out of the internet and destroyed his final remaining physical form.
Jarvis was the source code for Ultron. Ultron became smarter. Yeah,
But then
no,
they gave Jarvis the Mind Stone and created Vision.
Which means Ultron could turn around and be like, he has an army, and so it changes it from how I was thinking, because I was thinking Transformers, dive into the planet, blah blah blah. Anyways,
if we're talking Halo 5, have you played Halo 5?
I have. So
you know that
out of him.
Cortana changes sides.
But yeah,
appears to change sides and basically takes over the entirety of the Forerunners and the Covenant systems. I think that she would be able to out hack Ultron because her whole thing is infiltration.
Okay. When you compare their abilities side by side, you might think that, but really no. What comes up with him is along the lines of he has his own brain. She didn't hack a brain; she hacked a computer system.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot different than going, hey, here's a brain, so on and so forth, right? And then on top of that, he had access to all those other resources. So think of it like this: if he had access to what is equivalently the type of power that was running through the rings and blah blah blah, right? According to how things were running, he had access to the internet, access to this, so on and so forth. So you give him his base power of being able to just have massive data processing power, similar to what she had hacked. The difference being here is he has that on top of his humanity-like-esque brain and everything and personality. So you have someone who's basically Cortana, but with the processing power, whereas when she dives into something, she's stealing processing power. He could lock her out immediately and trap her. The problem is keeping her trapped. And if he's busy fighting a one-man army that is literally ripping him apart, that's when he would start having problems. So the video would start out, I've got her trapped. Like I said, same premise. I've got her trapped. I'm not worried about this guy, to holy fuck, he just ripped through 20 of me in no time. Hey, that glitches out because he's busy, she's hacking him. That's the transition of what it would be. He'd have a very bad day very quickly once Master Chief was introduced to come back and get Cortana. The problem would be leading up to that
$5 thing. Who is Amon? Is that a content creator?
Who?
Amon Quick. Put an ad sign on there. I'm gonna go see who that is.
Thank you for the donation, though. All right, back to what I was working on.
Oh, he does videos kind of like ours.
You want to send me one of his videos? I'll take a look at it in a minute.
It's just they spelled it in the comment. AMONQUICK. I've seen him before. Apparently, we're following him
on TikTok or.
Yep, on TikTok.
if I can get things working. The bad thing about having an old phone, it starts having issues. Oh, I've seen his stuff. He's been doing this for a long time. He's what I was talking about. That particular style
Yeah.
is what I was talking about. Of he uses the captions up top to heavily
Yeah.
go and say like, "Hey, this is what it is," and then he plays the characters and stuff like that. That's a massively different style than what we do. That would be a collab opportunity, is what that would be.
It would be. Like I've been wanting to try that style for a long time, and I just keep not doing it.
The style where we're different characters
Mm-hmm.
in general, whether it be original or the same.
We've never done it.
We have. We just
When?
haven't explored it very much. Like the bumbling time traveler being different characters, even though they're
No, yeah, that's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about the whole thing of like John talking to someone and then me playing that character also.
You did. You pretended to be the predator before, and you've also done a couple other, but it was very very early on.
No, I'm okay. Again, I'm not talking about doing a voice. I'm talking about on camera, dressing
You were
up.
on camera.
When?
Way back when, within the first couple of years of doing stuff, you were on camera. You used
I did a couple of stitches with like a predator mask filter.
Mm-hmm. But it was on your own thing and on there. It's similar concept. It's how it used to be done quite a lot. It'd be different because you'd be filming each part individually and then going from there. I'm just saying you have done it. You just haven't explored it a lot. And there is benefit to doing that style of content. It's just getting used to doing it. Quack. Okay. I'm such a.
I did play Dave the Cultist.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And like, there's been a handful of examples. Is what I'm saying. Have they landed well? The original character stuff that lands relatively well as long as the sketch is solid. I have no idea how things would land if we pivoted, because that would be a massive pivot, and much like every time, like when I did the Coolest Gothamite series for a little bit, right? That was an example of it. The biggest issue that we have is our own, ironically, our own audience going, well, that's Levi from Member Solutions, or that's Levi in Hero Sport, that's Levi in Villain Sport, right? That's our biggest issue that we have, is they see that, and instead of enjoying and being into that sketch, it takes them out of it. And so it is necessary to do that.
I'll wear wigs. I just don't want to spend money on them.
We have discussed buying masks and costumes and stuff like that. It is something that we want to do, because it would, having that person on screen in some fashion allows you to not have to think as hard. But we started doing voices and found that voices work just as well as having them on screen, and it was less effort.
I was on a call earlier today with Scott Dickers. He's the guy that ran The Onion for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
He suggested looking into starting a podcast that is nothing but us taking the audio from our videos and making it available in half-hour or hour-long episodes that people can just listen to.
We have that for YouTube. We just had to
right, but he recommended moving that onto like a dedicated podcast channel.
Mm-hmm.
Not YouTube, but like starting a podcast where you're doing that.
Like through Spotify or something else like that.
Yeah, I was thinking about using Beehive, and he goes, if it doesn't get traction, it doesn't get traction, but you never know till you try it, and you've got 800,000 plus people following you, and a lot of your comedy is verbal. 2 joules. What does that mean?
It's a YouTube thing.
Okay.
It's like the GIFs from TikTok.
I've never heard of that.
So one of the things is I mentioned before that we're very similar to an audio drama.
Yeah.
And so we have a few, like some of our sketches would not translate unless we were to go full audio drama with it.
Right.
However, there is a playlist. I will get to all these, and thank you guys for the donations and everything. On YouTube, of course, that's for the podcast. If I remember right, and I don't know if it's still an option, there was an option to take that and port that as regular stuff onto all the other areas that do podcast. So it exists already, and then we would just port that to like Spotify.
Let me hop in there real quick because there is a there's a podcast tab.
And on Spotify, you can actually add in like your videos that you've done.
We've actually got apparently 96 episodes on the Villain Support Podcast Random Skits.
Yeah, because I put them on there randomly.
Okay. Do YouTube podcast. Make money through AdSense. Podcasts get distributed out to Spotify.
We don't work for Acme. It is Villain. We distance ourselves from that specifically because of Warner Brothers and stuff like that.
YouTube podcasts stay on YouTube and YouTube Music unless you manually submit an RSS feed into YouTube or use a host. So it's not super hard. YouTube can be a destination, but it can't be a source.
Yep.
So YouTube podcasts stay on YouTube. So we would need to use a platform like Beehive or Substack that broadcasts podcasts out. But it wouldn't be that hard to get the audio.
No, especially because like the playlists already exist. You could just take that playlist, zip it, pull it out, and go from there.
Yeah. I might jump into that and see what we can do.
Irving, the Taylor Terror is the reason why edit mode doesn't allow. No. I have to say no because it shows on screen in the first movie why she doesn't allow capes. Taylor of Terror cannot be that reason because it would be fundamentally changing the lore that exists that they had already established.
Can I throw one little wrinkle, no pun intended, into your thing there? Do we know that Edna's the one that put the cape on his costume?
On Taylor of Terror?
No, the guy.
Oh yeah, she made it. Yeah, it was clear. She stays. Like there's a whole voiceover montage thing.
Oh, I know. I've seen it. What I'm saying is, do we know for a fact? Is it said that Edna is the one that made those suits with capes, or did they add them as aftermarket things from someone else?
Yes, she added the capes, and that's why she doesn't do capes anymore. She said it directly.
Okay. I haven't seen Incredibles in 15 years.
My kids watched it a lot. I liked it enough that like that kind of thing stuck. But yeah, Edna Mode made the costumes with capes, and then said it like she made it clear that those were her costumes that she made. And because of too many of them getting hurt, she said no more capes. It's part of her backstory, so I'm like, can't touch that. Otherwise, you would be fundamentally changing her backstory.
Oh, okay. I finally got that palette of Loki masks delivered.
What if he still added the capes and singing? Another reason why I mentioned this with the original characters like the Bumbling Time Traveler, the Taylor Terror. It's not that we can't introduce them into parody stuff, but if we keep it original and away from other people's IP, what we do is strengthen that original character's foundation stronger and stronger with each one. Like Gary had a huge chunk where he wasn't tied to any IP, and was still pumping out the video, and we were still getting a ton of views and everything, and people were latching onto them. And we did just a bunch of parody characters that we didn't say the name of or anything like that, and made it very generic, but people still latched onto it. Now, what's really important about that is when you are creating a character, and me and Chris had to talk about copyright and trademark a little while ago. Establishing a timeline of like ownership, especially with an original character or writing or art or something like that, is incredibly important. And the stronger that foundation is, the easier you can go, hey, this is my original character I made here, 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 and here. Here's videos that are not related to any other IP. That is 100% just Gary the Broke Vampire, bumbling time traveler, this, right? And they're not set in any trademarked or copywritten world. That's huge, because then you go, this is 100% original.
Mm-hmm. This would be the only way to angle it, would be he's doing it basically as aftermarket add-ons, and Edna's pissed.
Like I said, I'm not saying that we can't do it. It's just the more we establish him outside of other people's worlds and stuff like that, the stronger that character becomes. And the easier it is for us to go, hey, this is our character, blah, blah, blah. Here's what he looks like. This is this. Here's an original story. And then if at some point, way down the road, let's say Amazon knocks on our door and goes, hey, you got a character we really like with a foundational story that we really like, we would love to pay you for it, but it can't have any parody or anything attached to it. That's not a problem. We have this big giant thing available, and boom, we can, sell it or make it or whatever a hell of a lot easier. But the moment it touches and parody content, if it does it too much, a lot of those companies go, well, no, you associated yourself with a variety of IPs. That makes it harder to monetize and capitalize on that, because capitalism. Yeah, I've had to do deep dives in copyright and trademark thoroughly for a number of reasons. So,
okay. I finally got that pallet of Loki masks delivered. Of course not, John.
Is that a content creator too, or?
Yeah, that's one of the most. I've never heard of him, but yeah.
Where is John looks horrified? That's the next part. John looks horrified. You could definitely do that. You can make that a video, but that would have to be a video down the line when the characters have enough videos and a large enough established audience, and we're consistently making content with them, that people would be like, hey, let's jump into it. Now, I hate to say it, but this is just the reality. And it's one of the reasons why it's virtually dead on TikTok. You don't see a whole lot of OC worlds and that kind of thing on TikTok or almost any platform anymore, specifically because the more you take away recognizable IP and recognizable worlds and things like that, the harder it is to establish an audience. And if that audience isn't there and isn't seeing it for whatever reason, including the algorithm just not wanting to push it out, then your views go down. So it sucks, but it's just the reality of the situation. If you're doing it for fun as a side income thing, that's the ones that you often see, the original worlds, original characters and stuff like that. Or alternatively, giant channels who have pre-established like enough Patreons, enough memberships and things like that, where they can explore doing those things. Viva La Dirt League, the Warp Zone, Dropout TV are three that we bring up a lot, but all three of them have original series, original characters and they can afford to do that. No. We established in one of the episodes that the Tailor of Terror would not do that. Like the Tailor of Terror was like, oh, the show. I would never.
Okay, but all the others.
That's when Nappa walks in, which is perfect timing of like.
Oh, okay. I finally got that pallet of Loki masks delivered.
And then we have John looking horrified. Hold on, I don't think I'm sharing the screen. Grace, you okay?
Yep, just stretch my back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, it sounds like I'm saying no a lot. It's just foundational lines of when I was looking at how to do animation, how to create animation, how to write animation, a lot of that stuff throughout the years. One of the key things that I've learned is you have to have a set of rules for your characters that unless there's a good reason, they do not break those rules. Same thing when creating a foundational story and down the line, storyline wise. And you can see that in Marvel, where Marvel did really good for a number of years. They were the top. You could not beat them. Their story made sense. It was consecutive across their comics, their TV series, their animations, their movies. Everything was online, and they were making a ton of money, not only because they were recognizable, but because they made that consecutively, and they made it make sense throughout the whole thing and kept to those rules. And then they broke one or two here and there with reasons. And then, unfortunately, they kept breaking them. Then they decided to retcon. One of the reasons why DC, Batman movies and everything, they do well, but no one treats them the same way you treat the Avengers storyline. People go and they want to see this Avengers storyline. They'll go and watch the entire Avengers storyline. They will ask, hey, where do I start? I would love to watch all this thing, everything. That's huge. That's important. It's very
No one does that with DC.
Yeah. Bob's Burgers is another thing. They one of the King of the Hill, Bob's Burgers, every animation that has season after season after season, Rick and Morty. You have multiple seasons. The reasons why these shows do well is because they establish rules that they will not break, or if they break, they have certain reasons. And then if they break them, then they have to try to find a way to come back and reestablish those rules or reestablish new ones for the continuation of that point forward. Technically speaking, Tailor of Terror is considered a villain. He is a Silver Era style villain. And we have not said exactly where in the timeline he sits because everything that we have done has made it kind of opaque. You could put him almost in any timeline and he would fit. Because they've had mall Santas for years.
Right.
I gotta say, I love this look of horror that you have. I forgot to show that. If I didn't have a continuation of what was written and like need it down the line, this is just so funny to go from this.
Burn it.
Okay, but what about all the others?
Oh, okay. I finally got that pallet of Loki masks delivered.
Just a look of pure and utter horror of like, what? If we wanted to leave it off of a cliffhanger, that would be
Palette of Loki masks. Yeah.
And then Levi ties it up with making it worse.
if you delivered those, why are the printers making more?
I got to pick out which version of this line I want to do, but
If you delivered those, why are the printers making more of these?
don't like that. One of the things was when I wrote this sketch was I wrote it to be an ad. So I'm actively like trying to show off things that, and it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't look natural.
If you delivered those, why are the printers making more?
You mentioned the name of the printer in the video.
No, originally I was going to, and it just felt so unnatural again, which is why I was like, I don't care if this is attached to it. Because what I'm effectively doing, here's a sketch, here's a call to action, right? And I've got the call to action later on in the thing. And so it goes, call of action, here's this really funny sketch. You watch this funny sketch, you see the prints in this sketch, and boom, you go and you see this thing. I did the stuff I do with TikTok Shop. I show the product in some type of manner that doesn't feel like an ad. You want to watch it, you're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out it's an ad. And most of the time, to be clear, it's like a 90-10 scenario. They prefer that style of ad. It wasn't in their face. They simply enjoyed it. They moved forward with their day. Or maybe they bought the product because they saw the product in action, or they saw a product in a way that left them with a good impression. Do you want to call it?
I'm suddenly super tired.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
like,
man.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, you were talking and I'm like, I'm dozing off. I need to not do that. What the hell?
I've had those moments too, and I would, for everyone here, as much as I would love to sit here and edit with you guys on screen, when I'm editing stuff like this, I prefer to have music in the background.
I get it. I find editing while live, one of two things happens. I edit and ignore the live, or I talk into the live and I ignore the editing until I'm done.
When I have a project, and there's a lot of people here who've been in there, blood sugar drop, that could be it.
No, I'm sure it's just fatigue from not sleeping well the last 9-10 weeks.
Oh, jeez. You thought your idea for the Taylor of Terror Nemesis was silly. I want to do more Taylor of Terror episodes, build that fan base. There is a dedicated fan base, very obviously, for Taylor of Terror. I want to build a little bit more. We got to figure out a couple more episodes for him. Absolutely. Before I go, here's his nemesis. Here's this thing. Here's that thing. I think you would have to, instead of Taylor or tradition, you would have to have something else. It would have, because a lot of time when you have a hero and a villain, they contrast each other. And currently the villain is Taylor of Terror, right? The hero would have to be, or what we would perceive as a hero would have to be, there's a specific word, but I'm going to say opposite. The specific word is better for it. Antithesis? Is that what I'm thinking?
Which word?
Antithesis?
Yeah. The opposite of something?
Yeah. It's a little bit more, it's not just exactly the opposite, but yeah. The antithesis of the hero, or the antithesis of the villain. The contrasting thing. These masks are actually a really good example. You have the traditional Loki mask that's already chaotic, and then it gets even worse when you add in the Deadpool. But the colors are the point here. They're massively different color schemes, even though the design looks very, very similar. That's why you'll have some villains and heroes look very, very similar, but their color schemes are completely opposite. We were talking about the Incredibles, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Incredible and Syndrome. you look at those two contrasting, you got black and white, using tech and cape and all that kind of stuff. And then you have Mr. Incredible, who is, bright and red and presenting kind of like a family man at the end of it, that kind of stuff. As much as I would love to do like the seamstress of style or something like that, anytime you do, and this is just the reality of it, anytime you do a female hero or villain with a female and the exact opposite perceived gender of hero or villain, like hero is male, female is the perceived gender or perceived sex, is the villain, you get a massive amount of people that it's okay to ship them, but you get a massive amount of people that like almost try to force that to happen.
Yeah.
And it's not that I wouldn't write that, and keep them separate and keep them full on hero and villain. You're still going to have that misunderstanding, and everything you write is going to create that misunderstanding. And in fact, it's one of the reasons why there's a rule against it in writing. If you make a hero and you make a villain, you have to draw that line down the middle of, if they're going to have a relationship, have the will they, won't they, and then have it end with a relationship, or make it clear at some point that there will never be a relationship. There's an actual like writing class on it that teaches you, you have to make sure it's specific. Otherwise, it's this, and you can use it to your advantage. But a lot of times your fans will feel alienated and then stop buying stuff and stop.
Hey, Samuel.
Your stuff.
We're actually just getting ready to hop off here in a few.
Yep. Slayer, actually, I gotta go get myself dinner too, so that's probably a good idea for me to go get dinner, stretch out a little bit because I've been down here. So I'm gonna get this done. What's tomorrow? Do you have a video for tomorrow, or is this gonna be the video for tomorrow?
If you have it ready for tomorrow, this can be the video for tomorrow.
I'm gonna have at least a sketch part ready. I might just do the call. I keep coming back to it, and that's the reason why I scrapped the call to action. I can add the call to action to this.
I think this should be the sketch part, and then you can reference this video in the call to action.
I think that's gonna be better.
Yeah.
So I'll have the sketch done by then, and then kind of go from there. So we're gonna have this done for you tomorrow. You guys will get to see it. I'm not going to promise popping back on at a later time. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Remember, take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity of mind, spirit, and harmony with others. Until the winds blow your sails our way again, you all have an Acme day.
Have an Acme day. As a part of the villain, having an Acme day will retroactively build to your account. Have an Acme day.
And remember, have an Acme day simply means the best day you possibly can have. Bye now.